name is Jameson and I'm with Auburn University, and today I'm going to talk to you about supply chain management and why you should major in supply chain. So supply chain as an industry is one that's young and it's really growing a lot, especially recently because of companies like Amazon, which have created a market where 48-hour shipping is commonplace, not just in the US but all around the world, and supply chain is very much a global profession where you'll have to work with companies everywhere. But so what Amazon has done is it's really, not just Amazon, but a lot of companies like Amazon have created the need for supply chain, because supply chain, which is just getting it from the producer to the consumer and everything in between, is really a huge factor in the whole process of what Amazon has done and what a lot of online shopping companies have done, which Walmart is also starting to get into, and other huge retailers are starting to get into. And supply chain is in high demand right now, and so the future of supply chain is also really bright. It's doing really well right now, but also the future is really bright. A lot of companies are starting to invest in the future. Forward-thinking companies and successful companies are starting to do that by creating positions like Chief Supply Chain Officer, which goes up there with CFO, Chief Financial Officer, and COO, Chief Operations Officer. CSCO, Chief Supply Chain Officer, is one that companies are starting to look to for a lot of leadership and are starting to promote those people to the higher positions, even though only 20% of companies that use supply chain, which almost every company does, actually do it within their own company. A lot of them will contract it, but still, a lot of companies are really starting to build a supply chain base with people who are majoring in supply chain, and people are starting to do it a lot more and more. And not only is supply chain great to get into, but Auburn is probably one of the best places to get into it, because 20 years ago, when the supply chain major was created, there was almost no other schools that really had supply chain. So Auburn was really able to get ahead of the curve, and they really nipped it on the bud and created a program that was really strong from top to bottom, and that's kind of what Auburn's program is known for. Everything has, from procurement to logistics and everything, it's really from head to toe really good, and the world supply chain rankings had Auburn at number 10 in the world, which is really impressive, and that's why you should major in supply chain.